Hello, hello. I want to welcome everybody in tonight to our post-show party here after our Plaza's awesome 80s show that we just did. We had 20 amazing performers take part in our show tonight, and we've got several of them here with us that we're excited to interview and introduce to you. So if you are part of our audience tonight in our post-show party, welcome. We're glad to have you here. We hope you're ready to have some fun with us as we talk a little bit about tonight's show. So I just want to invite in some of the folks we've got here and see who we've got. We've got Aaron back in Master Control, who's going to bring up several of our different performers. So Aaron, can you bring in some folks and we'll introduce them to who we've got out in the audience right now. I will start with Jared Self. Jared, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Very well. Welcome. I loved your version of The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. It was a whole lot of fun.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed yours as well.
Thank you, sir. So tell us a little bit about your idea behind what you want to do with your story of that song.
Well, I feel like people have come to expect just crazy nonsense from me, and I hate to disappoint people. So I was looking for things that I could use, and when I saw the giant teddy bear, it was like, calling to me. I got to make this work somehow, and then the rest kind of just, flowed from that.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, Jared, we're going to bring you back in for some more later. But who else have we got here, Aaron? Darren, all the way from New York City. Is that right?
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Welcome. How are you doing out there?
Good. I mean,
staying safe?
Yeah. I went for a walk today. That was exciting.
Well, tell us a little bit about your version of Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time.
Oh, yeah. I kept forgetting that it's a ballad. So I just kept filming random things around my apartment and kind of well, what can I do in this apartment by myself that I can film of myself to sing Time After Time, but then not make it really, really sad like hers. So I was like, we'll just be upliftingly thinking about all of the times you can come to me by the end.
So there were a lot of people who legitimately thought you looked like Millette Seiler in the beginning of that video. And I can tell you that one of them was her wife, Erin Seiler, was like, how come Millette's in this video? Oh, that's Darren.
Yeah, I count myself. When I was editing it, the first shot of me in the bed, I had to change the filter that I chose because I was like, why is Millette in my video? That looks just like, I look just like Millette. I have to change the filter to try to fix it.
So for a long time, people have thought you guys were twins, but you guys really did fool us today.
Yeah, she said she got a couple messages telling her what a good job she did. So, I mean, well done, Millette.
Perfect. All right, Aaron, who else have we got back here? Or we can talk some more, Aaron, you and me. Oh, Courtney Mitchell's with us.
Hi.
She of the amazing Total Eclipse of the Heart, which ended in the shower, drinking wine with mascara running down your cheeks, which caused a great deal of laughter in my house, I can tell you.
Perfect.
Wonderful video editing. And then, of course, the outtake at the end where you hit the dog, Lucy, with the card.
That was Jack. That was Jack.
Oh, well, Jack's what was
Lucy was the one I threw. Jack was the one who got hit in the face.
Well, tell us some of the highlights of putting that video together for us.
Well, it was a lot of fun, and it took a long time. But thankfully, my nephew knows how to edit things, so I was in luck.
Yes, Tina was concerned about the wig at the end as well.
The wig is here. The wig is fine.
The wig is in good shape. Excellent. Well, that's nice to hear. Great song, and you did such a wonderful job singing it, and it was so fun, the video. For people that are out there, this is our 5th Saturday night show we've done with Plaza performers. And this week, as I went to our performers, I said, I'd really like you to bring your A game. I'm looking for you to mimic 80s MTV videos as much as you can. And as you can see, all of the performers did indeed bring their A games, and Courtney was among them. It was fantastic, Courtney. So much fun.
Thank you.
All right, Aaron, who else can we introduce? Michelle Vaudrin from out in Iowa.
Hello.
Hello. So tell our audience that might be watching how they might know you from here at Plaza, first of all.
Well, my first show there was it 2018?
Mm-hmm.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. I played Esmeralda. And then the following season, no, the same season, summer, I played Anybody's in West Side Story.
Yes, and then you got married, and then you moved away.
I did.
And you live in what part of Iowa?
We're in Des Moines. So literally downtown Des Moines is where we live.
Excellent. And tell me, who were those people in the video who you kept harassing?
Those are my parents. And I loved, like, my mom, like, teased out her hair and, like, put on her Poison shirt. My dad was wearing a Queen shirt. And so, like, they were super excited and got, like, really into it. So that was really fun.
Their cameo was lovely. They did an amazing job. And it's always the little details that make these things excellent. And you brought it. And that and all of the extra alcohol that was in the fridge as you kept going
so
back
much. It
is quarantine.
I was like, why do we have so much alcohol and why isn't it gone?
It was perfect. So much fun. Thank you, Michelle. Well done. All right, Aaron, who else have we got? Caitlin and Josh.
Howdy.
Or Dolly and Kenny, if you will. Another great wig, and the beard looked so perfect, Josh.
Yeah, it took a little bit of trial and error.
Yeah, that was a long time to get that together.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things I noticed about these 80s songs is they like to just repeat the chorus a good 7 or 8 times at the end of each song as they just kind of trail off into the distance. And that one, I think, set a record. But you guys carried it off brilliantly, of course, because you're wonderful singers. Did you guys get a new green screen, or was that one you've had?
So I've had this green screen for probably 8 years. But
wow,
we set it up this week. It's been up sitting at the church.
We've never used it.
We've never used it before, never done. And so I learned that was fun this week.
You did. Well, it turned out really well. It was beautiful and such a great song. You might have noticed one of our good friends here at Plaza, Jay Lewis, commenting during the song. He said, "Islands in the stream,
yes.
A common problem with kidney stones." You might have noticed him saying that.
Yeah.
But this song was just gorgeous. What were your thoughts behind putting it together?
I mean, one of our things was, like, with Kenny and Dolly, it's, you know, how do you do Kenny and Dolly without, and, like, give them justice, you know? They're such
well, and you
icons.
don't find them on MTV. They don't have music videos. So we watched a lot of live concert footage, or I guess old concert footage. It wasn't live, but just to try to figure out what we could do with it. And I also pulled in some of the Bee Gees stuff when they did the cover with the sailboat and everything. I was like, oh, that would be fun. And that's 80s. So.
Awesome. Awesome. See, I said awesome because I'm letting my 80s show. All right. What other friends have we got here, Aaron?
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Mr. Matt Victory, he of the sunglasses. I thought for sure you'd come on with sunglasses.
Oh, they're in another room, actually.
Now, everybody wants to know, Matt, did you already own that guitar?
Yes, I did.
Is it kind of like the saxophone? You own it now and you kind of just periodically learn a new instrument, and your most recent acquisition is a guitar, or what?
Full disclosure, that's a guitar from Rock Band 3 for the Xbox. So I can't just turn it on and start playing notes.
It looked fairly authentic, I have to say.
I took the time to learn the notes on the piano, and I was playing the right notes for the song. So if anyone was like watching, they'd be like, oh, he's not just faking it. Like, those are the notes for the song.
And I have to tell you that I was a little disappointed. I thought for sure you'd go full out and give us an excellent 80s mullet, but there was no mullet.
I mean, I'm growing inside. I basically got Zorro linked hair right now. It hasn't been this long since Zorro.
So you have a quarantine length haircut right now.
Pretty much, like everyone else.
Excellent. That's great. All right. Well, Airbo, who we got back there? And Emily Warwick. Oh, she has the Betty Davis eyes. And out there filming her video, enjoying the wonders of nature with her amazing videographer, Taylor, no doubt. It was very, very good. So tell us about how you put that video together.
Well, I was like, Taylor, do you want to go be ridiculous? And so we just went into the backyard. We walked down the road in front of our house. We drove over to the little park in our neighborhood. I was just we played the song over and over and over and just got all those shots.
So a lot of people that have been watching this or maybe watching tonight or have watched some of the other broadcasts that we've done have probably noticed that you often sing in these for us. And as they watch, no doubt they know because you have an amazing voice and are a wonderful performer. But you know, as you know, I always ask you to do these as well. Could you tell some of our audience maybe why it is you're willing to go to the lengths to video these crazy things each week for us?
I mean, it's another way to perform since we haven't been able to do that. I mean, I think a lot of the performers who have been doing these, I mean, it's kind of cathartic for us. And so when that is taken away from us, just for safety and for, I mean, for the good of everybody, it was still such a nice way to just get that out of our system, I think. I mean, it's been fun.
Yeah, you know, and I totally agree. Getting just to sit, and Aaron does the majority of the editing, and listening to him edit all of these together each week has also been a whole lot of fun for me. But I agree, as a performer, having that outlet has been a nice thing as well. All right, Aaron, who else can we meet? Megan!
Hey!
Megan Lyles, how are you?
Indeed. I'm great. How are you?
I'm really well. So I have to tell you that I selected the running order, and I put your song first because I just thought it set the perfect tone for the show. The idea of going back in time, but just the way you did the video was so clever and fun. And of course, you affected Cher so wonderfully.
Thanks.
And tell the story about your thoughts about filming around town in Cleburne.
Okay, so initially I was going to keep it simple because last week was kind of complicated. So I was like, I'm going to play it simple this week. And I was going to steal Parker's idea and just use Snapchat filters and be my own backup singers. But then I was like, what if I used like cute videos of like me and my friends from like around Plaza? But then I couldn't find like a lot of landscape videos because most of them were like all filled in portrait. And I was going through my phone and I found a video from Joseph, and I was like, wait, I have an idea. So that was kind of the jumping off point. And I decided to film around Cleburne in the square. And I had initially planned on like doing some dancing in the square and stuff, but just me standing there was getting a lot of attention from people driving by. So I was like, that's fine. I'll just stand and sing.
Did they think they were seeing a star filming in downtown Cleburne?
No doubt. No doubt.
Actually,
they thought Cher was there in person.
Seeing a star filming in downtown Cleburne.
Oh, thanks.
So some of our patrons know, how many productions have you done at Plaza? And what was your first show with us?
My first show was Hunchback in 2018. I played Florica, one of my favorite roles I've ever done. And I think, I don't know how many shows I've done. I've done a lot. I did like 7 in a row between 2018 and 2019, like all back to back. I've costume designed a couple of shows and music directed a little bit. I think I'm somewhere around like 13 or 14 shows.
Wow.
I'd have to count. Yeah.
That's quite a lot for just a little over 2 years at the theater.
Yeah,
that's pretty
but,
impressive.
You know,
we've been lucky to have you.
Thanks.
Anybody else backstage we haven't met, Airbo?
That is everybody backstage.
All right. Well, let's bring out a few more folks then, and we're going to have kind of a group discussion. All right. So we've got Jarrett and Michelle and Megan and Darren and Courtney. Excellent. Welcome, all of you guys. So I just wanted to kind of bring the group out and ask you guys, were any of you, you have memories of these things actually being relevant in the 80s? You guys were all, most of you were all pretty darn young. I think I'm the only one that actually remembers that era with a lot of knowledge. Not true, Courtney? You've got some knowledge of it?
Not true. Not true. I'm only a few years behind you, Jace.
Really? I don't believe that.
It's true. I'm an old lady.
Well, I liked your fun fact where you talked about Poison and Motley Crue, and I thought that was fantastic.
Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi. I love all those guys.
I thought about having one of the hair band songs tonight. I thought that would have been a lot of fun. I actually had enough material for 4 shows, so paring it down was a little difficult.
I bet.
So those of you that weren't around in the 80s, what are some of your perceptions of that crazy decade?
I mean, I remember the early 90s pretty well, and honestly, they weren't that different. I mean, probably living in them was different, but to me, they're like the same level of just like ridiculous.
What do you think of the fashion?
Love.
I mean,
No.
it's hard to imagine much of the 80s stuff really coming back as is. I mean, like you see some neon things, like or like scrunchies, although that might be 90s, but like 80s as a whole, that seems a little hard to picture it coming back. Although in the movies now, it's like fun to watch 80s movies because the fashion is just so, the whole thing is just so
ridiculous.
It's so big. That's why I love it. It's so
But
big.
people 30 years from now will look at what we're wearing and think the same thing. Like, well,
yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, no.
I was born in 93, so I don't know the 80s at all.
94.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I just know like
I got
my mom like grew up in that time. I'm actually wearing her class of 90 shirt.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah, I don't know much. I just know I love the music. I love the clothes and the hair, but other than that.
Most of the songs tonight, I was like, oh, right, that's from Breakfast Club, or that's from like certain movies. I feel like I remember the songs from more than just like the songs by themselves.
Yeah. Well,
I remember them from the radio.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to actually see these songs. There was a time when we actually thought they were cool, and now they've kind of become a joke about the era, you know. But there was a time we thought they were cool. It's true.
They're still cool.
They are. I mean, they're so good. Although when I was like, okay, wait, I'm not supposed to be trying to make a parody of this song. I'm trying to make an actual music video of this song. Everything's so heightened in the emotions and the like the style and everything that you're like, I mean, it's just so silly when you're watching the original that how can it not feel like it's silly on silly on silly?
Yeah.
That's what's so great about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can you guys tell me anything interesting or funny about the making of your video that people might not know?
I almost gave up like 4 times. Like I was ready to text you and be like, I can't do it. What I wanted to do was literally recreate her music video. And this would be so easy. Like just because if you've seen it, it's so easy. But then like most of it involves like other people. And I was like, I can't do this during quarantine. Like I could, if it wasn't quarantine, I could just call my friends and go to a bar and like record this. But I was like, I can't do this. So then I was like, I'm just not gonna do it. And then I was like, why don't I try doing it in quarantine? Which doesn't make sense to the song at all, but I had fun doing it. So
yeah, I think I at turns had fun and was pulling my hair out kind of every 5 minutes, back and forth.
Yeah, I kept thinking maybe I can just use the audio from my actual clips singing. And then I realized like, nope, I absolutely cannot do that because all you can hear is the hairdryer in all of the hair blowing scenes. And I was like, well, no, yep, I do have to like figure out how to not use the audio in the actual clips. Oh no.
I had no idea how to do any kind of video editing at all. So I knew that if I were to make a video, somebody else was going to have to do all the editing. And thankfully, my nephew knows how to do that stuff. So he just came over and I sat and said, no, we got to fix this. Now put this clip in. It was a really fun 4 hours from him. He probably doesn't ever want to see me again.
You better get him a good Christmas present.
He's going to get nothing and like it.
Well, Matt, tell us about putting together I Wear My Sunglasses at Night.
Well, before we made this, I had no idea why Corey Hart wore his sunglasses at night. And now that I've read the lyrics, I still don't know why he wears his sunglasses at night, because they don't make any sense. And it's kind of the same thing over and over again. So when I did 3 takes with 3 different pairs of sunglasses. And every time I'd forget the words, I just cut to me playing the guitar instead. So you wouldn't see me forgetting the words.
Well, but that was what they did, I think, in actual 80s music videos as well. And it worked out pretty well for them. So, all right. So any other fun stories about making your videos? Josh and Caitlin here now.
I had a lot of grand ideas that did not work in front of green screen. And I was like, okay, but this is what I want to do. And Josh was like, yeah, but we can't do that. I was like, okay, but what if we did this? Yeah, we can't do that. So I had to like redo the whole thing because I was like, oh, okay. So my knowledge of green screen is not very great. So that was not fun.
So it was a bit of trial and error.
Well, just trial in my brain. And as soon as I said it out loud, Josh was like, no. So he knew what would work and what would not.
Josh just keeping you down.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Darren, one of my favorite memories from all of our broadcasts was the outtakes reel we did last week with you from when you did All For You from Seussical.
Yeah, that killed me.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I just kind of thought, yeah, I remember this song, basically. I basically remember this song, and I can sing this in one take, which was not true. I mean, it was literally I had 40 videos of unfinished takes of that song that I did not end up, that couldn't be used because I would forget the words. And then, oh my gosh, it was terrible. Except that by the end, you're like, I just cannot not cut all of these moments together of me just crashing and burning on. I was like, I don't know this song apparently, but here we are 2 hours later and it's going to happen. And then I ended up using I think I managed to get through the song completely 3 times maybe. And I ended up using the second one, which was 30 minutes into filming it, because by the end it was like, well, this is the best one, I guess. And this is what we're doing. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun to film in, and it was fun to cut together the outtakes. And although I've had several friends that were just shocked that I was not cussing, I was like, I know, I don't know. I think I didn't say any bad words really, which truly is kind of shocking. I must have been in an incredible mood that day to take it so well.
Well, it's perfect that you didn't, so that we were able to.
I know, right? I know. I was thinking about you. I was like.
All right, so we're going to play a quick game, and I'm thinking maybe Courtney has a little bit of an advantage. But if you watch the second to last number tonight, it was a great job by Evan and Halston Beggs doing Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, which I have a clear recollection of listening to on the radio by Wham. But it also showed Halston's fun fact about the 80s. And in there, he said that he had some favorite movie quotes from the 80s. So I am going to give you the quote, and we're going to see, by raising your hand real quick, if you can call out the movie that he's quoting. All right? You guys understand the game? Yeah. So whoever's hand goes up I see first, I'm going to call on you. All right? So first, sweep the leg. Courtney.
Karate Kid.
Yes, Karate Kid is right. Well done. Well done. All right. How about let's kick the tires and light the fires? Let's kick the tires. Anybody?
I know
anybody?
Hang on, let me Google.
No, you can't.
I don't know.
I will give you a hint. A new version of this, actually a sequel to this, was going to come out this summer, but now will be coming out in December.
So that would be Top Gun.
Top Gun is right.
Yeah.
That is Top Gun, and we'll get a new movie called Top Gun Maverick, I think. Eventually when they're able to open up movie houses. How about this one, a personal favorite of mine? Oh, Captain, My Captain. Courtney.
Dead Poets Society?
Yes! Dead Poets Society. Well done. Well done.
I would like an honorable mention on Lethal Weapon that also uses that phrase.
Lethal Weapon uses Oh, Captain, My Captain?
They do.
Lethal Weapon also uses I'm too old for this stuff.
He had a third quote on there, but my memory is failing me at this point.
That
Does
was
anybody
3.
remember? What's that?
That was 3.
Well, yeah, but "Oh Captain, My Captain" was mine, not his.
Oh. That was it.
I'm sure he loves Dead Poet Society, but it wasn't on there. No? All right, I can't remember it either. Okay, well, let's see, we just brought Megan back in here. Megan, can you tell us one of your favorite backstage, funny backstage stories at Plaza?
Oh my gosh, funny backstage stories. There's probably a million. Okay, I don't know. So Madison Heaps is another Plaza favorite, right? She's done a million shows at Plaza, stage manager, actor.
She's actually our director of marketing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And she's wonderful and one of my very good friends. And we played together in White Christmas as Rita and Rhoda. And we had many costume changes in that show. And we were always running around like chickens with our heads cut off, like trying to get on stage on time. Well, I played with a different cast. We were both doubled one night. And I realized that I had so much time backstage. Like I was able to make it to all of my entrances, like no problem. And I was like, what is going on? Oh, it's because Madison and I are probably just back here creating shenanigans on a regular basis. So I don't know how funny that is, but that gives you a glimpse into what my experience is usually like backstage.
That's really hard to believe, you and Madison backstage creating shenanigans. I have to tell you that when you did your fun fact from a couple weeks ago, and it said the fancy ladies fun fact, and
yes.
I put the little trademark symbol on there, and I've not given you brilliant credit for that. That was good stuff, and you haven't told me how great it was.
I'm sorry, it was great, Jason. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you. It took a lot of effort making sure that was in there. All right, you guys. So we're wrapping up, or we're winding down here a little bit, but just so our audience knows, we are getting to the point where this is actually going to be our last broadcast of one of these shows. We've done 5 of these on Saturday nights, and they've been quite successful. And honestly, on behalf of the theater, can't tell you guys enough how much we appreciate your efforts. As you saw in the show tonight, I undertook one of these videos myself, and so I can say without hesitation that it was I felt a lot of pressure to do well. And it was not done without effort. So I appreciate all of your efforts. Many of you have done more than one. So we really, really appreciate that, you guys. And in addition, we just really appreciate our audience. And we've had many people just come back again and again to watch these shows each week. In fact, since we have a broadcast almost every day of the week, every day but Sunday, we're doing some kind of broadcast. We've had over 45 actual live stream broadcasts since we shut down on the 14th of March. So we've had some great shows and a lot of great content and a lot of fantastic people contributing. And to all those people, thank you. Now we're going to continue with most of those daytime broadcasts starting next week. But the evening broadcasts, well, I take that back. The Friday night implausible shows, we're planning to continue. They've been a hit, and we're going to continue those shows. But I can announce to those people that may be watching tonight that we're going to begin starting next Saturday night with our drive-up shows. And we're going to be doing drive-up shows at the theater. But because we want to be certain that our performers are safe, we're actually going to start with my family, the Barris family, is going to be playing drive-up shows starting next Saturday night at Plaza Theater in our parking lot, starting at 7:30. And the name of the show, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to be doing the Folk Rock Festival, and we're going to do that starting next Saturday night, featuring just Barris's, people that have been together during the quarantine, so that we can be sure that we're all safe and that we don't have any actors that we're putting in harm's way during these challenging times. So we'll actually be doing that for Drive Up in our parking lot, but we'll also be broadcasting that here on our Plaza channels, both on YouTube and Facebook. And to you guys who performed, we invite you to give a watch or to perhaps drive over. By the way, if I didn't mention this before, I do need to say that we will be doing that with the permission of both the health officials and the mayor of our city. We've reached out to make sure that that's going to fall within the guidelines, the safety guidelines that are in place right now. So we're very excited about that. We plan on doing that for the next several weeks. Although the cast of the show will probably turn over, we will be starting that next Saturday. So we invite everybody to come out for that starting next Saturday night in the Plaza parking lot, or on Plaza channels. We'll be streaming that as well. So on behalf of the theater, thanks guys. You're amazing. So much. Just love your work and can't tell you how much we appreciate everything you've done. It's been so much fun watching you. And to everybody that tuned in and watched with us tonight, thank you for coming. We hope you enjoyed our post-show party and meeting our actors, these wonderful people who we're so fortunate to be able to associate with. Some who are as far away as New York City or Des Moines, Iowa, and some right here in town. And all of them, we just have great friends, and we're very fortunate to know them. So thanks, guys. Hope you're staying safe and well out there, and God bless.